slew of guests that we want to join us. And we're going to start with, I don't know, everybody's favorite. Is there anybody that doesn't like this guy? I don't think so. So I'm excited that I get to bring on Tanner Gibb. I get to introduce him. I get to see his handsome mug up there in front of me as he comes on to talk a little bit more about the devices, about specifically the body spa. Tanner, man, I know your time is invaluable and I appreciate all that you do. So I'm grateful that you're on this call and we're all thankful to have you here. And I'm going to turn the time over to you.
Well, thanks for that introduction. Happy to be here. I wouldn't say that I'm everyone's favorite and everybody likes me, but I think I do have a few fans out there. So thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Hope everyone's doing great, having a fantastic day. If you look closely at my little image, well, actually, I'm in my living room right now. You can see some streamers. It's actually my birthday tomorrow. So we got a lot of celebrations happening at the Gibb home today and tomorrow. We do birthday weeks. So we celebrate the whole week. It's fantastic. So let's jump in and go to the next slide and talk about ageLOC Galvanic Body Spa. Okay, it's going to be product science focused, and it's really been an incredible driver of our business, and the science behind it is really incredible. So let's go to the next slide. A little bit of history before we dive into what we offer. The galvanic current or direct current used today for cosmetic and health benefits, it's named after Luigi Galvani. Okay, so this is back in 1791, where he was credited with discovering that the body conducts electric currents. And today we all know this, right? From the science, we know that our bodies can conduct electrical currents. We have nerves that work on nerve impulses that stimulate our muscles to contract. We have cells that are made of water, and water is a good conductor of electricity. So we know that currents play a very important role, in our body, in our health, and there's also a very direct application to skin health and skin beauty in applying these currents. Next slide. So what is a galvanic or direct current? So anciently, way back in the day, when these first began to be used in these, big spas and salons, these experts, right, or estheticians who went to school, who had sufficient training, learned how to use these very big instruments, okay? And they learned, what was going to be the current to optimize benefits on the skin that hopefully wasn't too strong that would irritate and damage the skin, but still strong enough to provide the benefit that galvanic currents can provide. And if you see there at the bottom, one of the major mechanisms is actually cellular energy and enhancing circulation. And the result of that is that it improves skin clarity and complexion. So just kind of the beauty overall of the skin. Circulation is a very important term there because that deals with currents. And the mechanism, for those that really care and want to know, is that these currents can stimulate nitric oxide. That is a vasodilator that actually enhances the flow and the movement and the circulatory benefits of applying that current at the right level. And so just keep that in mind as we talk further. Next slide. So what are direct currents? Okay, we have direct and galvanic. They kind of go hand in hand. So we've been using direct galvanic currents to assist in the delivery of these ingredients, right? Because we have like charges that repel. So if we have a current at a certain charge and a product at a certain charge with the same charge, just like magnets, right? When you played with them as a kid, if you have the same charge, it's going to repel each other and deliver the opposite way. And that's what we've been using since 2002. Wow, that's 20 years ago. I was a teenager at that time. So we've been doing this for a long time in this space of innovating on galvanic currents and applying them to beauty benefits on the skin. And then another type of current used since 2011, right, the body spa, is a type of direct current that pulsates. So what that means is that it's pulsating within the same charge. This is different from an alternating current that goes from negative to positive. This maintains that same charge, but it pulsates within that same charge because this seems to be much better suited for the skin on the body, which is very different from skin on the face. Next slide. So the skin is a very unique and interesting tissue. In fact, when we talk about the skin, and I'll get into the difference between the face and the body, but just think about the skin overall. It is the largest tissue in the entire body. I mean, it is this outer surface that we have, and the skin is the first tissue with signs of aging that usually begin from 18 and on, from sun exposure, from the environment, from free radicals, from pollution, from so many things that are really assaulting the skin on a daily basis. And the first tissue, you compare that to the eyes or kidneys or heart or brain or other tissues in the body, it's the skin that begins to show those signs of aging first. And so it's something that we need to really take care of from the outside in and from the inside out, as we know from other products that we sell on the Pharmanex line. But just talking about the differences, the face skin is very different. It's some of the thinnest on the body, especially around the eye area. And it has a lot less of that subcutaneous fat. Subcutaneous fat is the fat on the outside layer of the body. So we talk about the epidermis, that's the outer layer of skin cells. And then you have the dermal layer that's underneath that. That's what has a lot of the structural proteins that really support and lift and hold up the skin. And then beneath that, you have that other layer where you're going to have that subcutaneous fat. And so, and it's going to be much more sensitive. In fact, the skin really is the most sensitive tissue in the body as well. But then looking at the body skin, it's very different, right? These are target areas that we want to focus on, right? The buttocks, the lower abdomen, the upper arms. It's a much thicker skin, and it needs to be more robust, right? That's the way we've been designed. But you think about that abundant subcutaneous fat, that's going to impact the skin a little bit differently on the body versus skin on the face. And this is the main rationale for having different ingredients and different currents to be able to target the differences in those skin types. Next slide. So I mentioned this briefly, but I think it's important to understand, look, these pulsating currents are ideal for the body, okay? They're optimally designed to use on the body where the skin can benefit from enhanced fluid vibration, okay? Let me say that, enhanced fluid vibration. That's the result of the pulsating action of that direct pulsating current being able to provide that unique benefit that we referred to a little bit earlier. And this aids in stimulating the skin. So we're really stimulating the skin to have these incredible anti-aging benefits to reduce those visible signs of aging on the skin. Next slide. So this is where we jump in now. We understand a little bit about currents in the history. Well, how do we apply that to the Galvanic Body Spa, right? This is patented technology. So when we apply for a patent, it first is issued and it's pending. This has gone through an approval process where there is enough innovative technology where it becomes patented and unique to us. So this patented galvanic pulsating technology, it's really optimized for these anti-aging benefits on skin on the body. And look at this image here. You can see this is skin that is aged and has some differences in the structure for skin on the body. You can see that upper layer, that is the epidermis, but you can see there's some discolored spots. It's caving in different places. And a lot of that has to do with the underlying processes of what's happening with the skin structure and with some of that subcutaneous fat that begins to push in to the skin that causes some of that orange peel or cottage cheese like look on the skin. Next slide. So key benefits of the galvanic body spa, right? So we have these pulsating galvanic currents that aid in delivering key ingredients to the skin. Just like that magnet analogy, we're using charged ingredients with a certain charge with the body spa to be able to repel and deliver those more efficiently to the skin. And this pulsating galvanic current really stimulates the skin for these benefits to purify, refresh, and provide all the benefits that we care about. And obviously, it's no secret to all of you, but we are the world's #1 brand for beauty device systems 4 years in a row, and we're not slowing down. In fact, I wish I could tell you about all the future and all the innovation, what's happening, because on the product development side, we're not slowing down, we're speeding up to continue with this incredible momentum that we already have in place. Next slide. These are some of the unique features that really relate to this patented technology, right? That's gone into place with the body spa. So number one right there, it automatically sets to your skin. So it's providing that optimal current level for your skin in each session, right? If you've ever turned on the device and applied it to your skin, you'll notice that it's going to beep once, twice, or 3 times. Well, that's part of that adjustment process at the beginning where it's automatically setting to what is going to be that current that's good for your skin, right? Based on all the factors that go into what a current level needs to be to support the benefits with the body spa system, right? Using it with the body shaping gel. And this really, what I love about this is it takes the place of going to school and being an esthetician to really learn, well, what is going to be optimal? This takes the guesswork out because it's automatically setting without any practice, without any expertise. I love that. The shape of the ageLOC Galvanic Body Spa is designed for to better follow the contours of the body, right? So the body we have bodies in different shapes and sizes and different parts of the body. And what we did is we actually did a lot of homework to be able to design the body spa to be able to be easy to use and follow the contours of the body in a much easy, simple to use fashion. Keeping in mind that the real benefit is when applying the body spa with the body shaping gel. Do you need to rub super duper fast? No. When we looked at our clinicals, it's a very, very light massage on the skin in good movements to be able to deliver the contact of that current to the ingredients to deliver those key benefits. And then the last point there, it features a large proprietary ageLOC conductive surface. The benefit of that larger surface, and you can see that it's got some different waviness to it, where it's got parts that stick out, parts that go back. The parts that go back, it allows more of that ingredient, right, from that formula in the body shaping gel to be in direct contact with the current that's being delivered from the body spa. And so the advantage there is that if we can get more of that current, applying more of that ingredient to the body all at once, we're going to be able to deliver more of those ingredients and see even more fantastic results. Next slide. So this is just listing out the key benefits of the ageLOC body shaping gel when used with the body spa, okay? And I'm not gonna run through all of these, so take a picture really quick if you'd like, but the focus I want to lean on here is ageLOC, okay? This is our proprietary science where we look at targeting the sources of aging, okay? It's not just the signs and symptoms of aging. It isn't a Band-Aid fix. This is looking inside of the cells and factors that impact the aging of those cells on the skin. And so we're looking at these key areas and saying, hey, what are the best ingredients to be able to support and target the sources of aging, of skin aging on the body? And the result is all of these other things, right? Minimizing the appearance of fat and cellulite, evening out the appearance of dimpled areas, all about skin firmness. That's a key focus and driver there. Strengthens the extracellular matrix. That relates to just building and supporting healthy, youthful looking skin, refreshing and purifying the skin. A lot of that is just the current on its own when used with the body shaping gel. And then overall, just improvements. Next slide. So even though the package is focused on the body spa and the body shaping gel for this promotion, I still wanted to give a plug for the dramatic effects. It is a fantastic seller on its own, but ideally, we would recommend that you add that in addition to the promotion to take the dramatic effects and use it daily because it's an incredible product that once again has ageLOC to target the sources of aging on the skin, right? To help smooth the appearance of fat and cellulite, improving overall skin firmness, and increasing cell turnover. That's actually going to be a unique benefit from this product. And a lot of it actually has to do with a honey extract that has a particular acid called alpha hydroxy acid. Now, what that acid does is in a very mild but efficient way, it helps to slough off some of those dead skin cells, okay? So we have these skin cells that are live and doing great things on the basal layer of the skin, but as those move up to the upper surface, they lose that direct contact with nutrition. And so speeding up that cell turnover process can be really good for that youthful look. And a cool science nugget that maybe you don't know is that in order for that alpha hydroxy acid to function efficiently, the overall pH of the product needs to be a little bit more acidic in order for that acid to do its job. Because if it's a completely basic formula in terms of pH, that acid is neutralized and it doesn't have an effect. And so looking at so many different parameters and specifications, including the pH, is part of what our scientists look at to make sure to enhance the benefits of all of these key ingredients working together, in addition to hyaluronic acid and this incredible age-lock blend that we have in this formula. Next slide. So clinical study, right? We do so many clinical studies. And a quick fun story is we do a lot of these studies in-house and then a lot of studies out of house as well. But some of the in-house studies, they get volunteers to participate, like myself. I'm always like, oh yeah, I want to participate in this study. I want to have more youthful skin and try it out and give feedback. And they usually provide some movie tickets. And so if you ever know me and see me at the movie, I probably just have this stack of movie tickets from all the studies that we do in volunteering for these things. But let's talk about the clinical study results of the whole system combined. Next slide. And just at a high level, I mean, look at that picture before and after. You can really see some nice differences related to firmness and smoothness. And the glow. Look at that youthful glow you can see there as well. So this is after 8 weeks of using the full system together. And let's just look at some of the numbers of the percent of subjects that really saw a dramatic improvement here. Let's go to the next slide. So when using the full system together, you can see, look, 85% saw improvements in the appearance of arms, one of those troubling areas for a lot of us. 85% showed improvement in the appearance of the abdomen, right? Another key target problem area. And then 96% showed improvement in the appearance of thighs. And so this is something that you can really have a lot of confidence in recommending this to your friends and family and other colleagues, is that, look, people see a noticeable benefit. And this is just only after 8 weeks. And this is talking about skin on the body that is a little bit different, a little bit more rough, a little bit thicker than the skin on the face. And so these numbers are actually really impressive from a scientific standpoint. Next slide. And that is all the time that I have for my portion.